Hello and welcome to the Heart Hook Home Video Crochet Podcast. My name is Ashley and I am really excited to share some very new things with you, including a couple of cardigans that I have to model that are coming out this very weekend. So I'm very excited for that. I also have a new scarf pattern if you are into Tunisian crochet, and I have news on a tiny little absolutely adorable swagger sweater for children. So before I get into this new design that I'm wearing and that Catherine is modeling here, which I have shared teasers of this on my Facebook page and on the Instagram page, absolutely stunning. First, before we get too far into it, I just want to say, as you're watching, as I'm moving around and talking throughout this episode, this is the same pattern. It doesn't look like it. I did add pockets to this one, right? But this is the same exact pattern. All that's different is that this is in a solid color and it's shorter, and this one is in multicolor, so a rainbow color, 6 different colors, and it's much, much longer. It goes almost to my ankles. So let's get going on this week's podcast episode. I'm super excited to share with you that the May pattern, as you know, my monthly pattern in 2022, the May pattern was the swagger sweater, and I had my boys on and they weren't necessarily super excited to be in the podcast that day, but they were troopers, right? And they showed off the different sizes of the swagger sweater with me. So that is intended as a men's sweater, something that would be great for family photos this fall, or just as a gift for your man, right? Or anyone really. It doesn't have to be made for men. But what I was super excited about for this swagger sweater is to do the child sizes, because not only do we have not very many crochet patterns for men in general, but we don't have many for little boys. And so that is always something that is on my list of something to add to my pattern library on Heart Hook Home. So I created sizes 2-3T, 4-5T, 6-8, 10-12, and 12-14 was the largest of the child sizes. And then the next size up would be the adult size small. What makes me so excited about that is because, especially when my boys were little, I didn't crochet at that time, believe it or not, but I would absolutely have loved to have a mini version, like for my husband, their father, with the little ones at the same time. Oh my goodness, how adorable is that? And I'm thinking, okay, so that the adult one was published in May, and so the kids is just now published. That gives you plenty of time, several months worth, if you wanted to include these on your Christmas cards this fall as like your family photo, or just in your family photos in general, but like putting them on a Christmas card or a greeting card or something like that to send out to all of your people on your list in your life and your love and your family, right? And not only do you get to show them how cute your family is and how amazing everything is, but you made it. And that just makes it so much better. You can maybe put that in parentheses at the bottom of the card. P.S. I made all of these cardigans. But yeah, that's excellent. I love it. And I love seeing all of these finished projects in the Heart Hook Home Crochet community group on Facebook. Absolutely love seeing all of these. And of course, if you tag me on Instagram with Heart Hook Home, I will get to see them as well. And it's one of my favorite things. At the end of the day, or every other day or a few days, I sit down and I go through my Instagram, the ones that I've been tagged on, and I just love them. I love seeing them come through and seeing, how you change things and how you make it yours. So do not let me forget to talk about the Tunisian crochet scarf, and that is more of a mental reminder for me. But let's get into this rose Cardi. So this is the rose Cardi, and it is absolutely stunning. It's very, it's got fitted sleeves, right, which I absolutely love, and they are 3/4 length, which I also love. If you've been following or crocheting my patterns for any length of time, you know that I tend to gravitate towards 3/4 sleeve, not always, but a lot of times 3/4 sleeve, because I'm very weird about having stuff around my ankles, my wrists. Especially when I'm typing, I always shove my sleeves all the way up, because if I'm really typing and I'm really getting at it, I don't like having stuff around my wrists. So I'd rather just keep it as a 3/4 length and call it good. That being said, if you would like to add length to these sleeves, just keep going until you're ready to stop, because the length here, they are fitted. So even if I kept going for another, 4 or 5 inches or so, it would still be a good size when it gets down to my wrist, which I cannot seem to remember what that's called today. So this is the solid color. I wanted to tell you why I named it the Rose Cardi. I was gonna name it the Rainbow Cardigan, right? That's originally what I had it called because of the rainbow version. But then I made this solid version and I love it so much that I thought, I can't just name it Rainbow because it feels very limiting as to just what you could do with the pattern, right? And so that's part of why I decided to make the solid color version, because I wanted to show the versatility of this one, and I absolutely love it. So I decided on the name Rose because for this pattern we are using the herringbone double crochet stitch. Now what the heck does that have to do with Rose? Well, my mind went down a little rabbit hole here, let's be honest, and I'm a lover of the Golden Girls. And so as I'm crocheting, or as I'm planning this pattern, and as I'm working these up, I'm doing the herringbone stitch, which reminds me of herring, which reminds me of the Golden Girls, which reminds me of St. Olaf, which reminds me of Rose. And here we are. So I'm just calling it the Rose Cardi. Okay, a step further, right? Because this pattern is so simple, it's literally just herringbone double crochet. That's it. It's not hard at all. Probably one of the easiest, I know I say that about every pattern I publish, but probably one of the easiest patterns I've done. So I was thinking to call it the Simple Rose, or something simple, right, in there. But then I thought, I don't want people to think that I meant that Rose is simple, even though she's so sweet and so, you know, naive. I didn't want to come off as like Simple Rose, you know what I mean? But the pattern is extremely simple. So that was my dilemma when coming to name this cardigan pattern, right? So this pattern comes in sizes extra small all the way up through 5XL. I will say that there are two different PDFs for this pattern because of the way the smaller sizes versus the larger sizes had to work up from the yoke. I did do completely separate because I needed to have the rate of increase be different. So this is not the same pattern PDF, right? You're gonna get both PDFs when you buy the pattern, so you can make whatever size you want, or you make 20 of them, I don't care. But it is two separate downloads. So there's gonna be one PDF for sizes extra small through extra large, and then 2X, 3X, 4X, and 5X are on their own PDF. So whichever one you need, download. I decided not to put them all on one PDF because that's essentially double the pattern. And if you only need one of them as opposed to the other, I didn't want to have to make you print out all of those pages, right? And use all of that paper and ink. So just an important thing to know. I did that also with the shanty sweater, the top-down sweater that I have. Another one that is actually closed in, and it's absolutely gorgeous, but that one is the same way, where you have two different PDFs that are available to download. So let's show off this cardigan, shall we? You pull my little step stool up, make sure I'm in a good spot here, and ta-da! Isn't this absolutely fabulous? I added the pockets to this one. There are not pockets on this one. Of course, the pocket pattern is included in both of the PDFs and everything else, but isn't this absolutely stunning? It's very, I wouldn't say it's form-fitting, but it is not intended to cover all. I mean, you could pull it closed, obviously, but it's intended to just lay with a couple of inches open in the center, because I didn't want to include buttons on this one. I just really like the really open, comfortable look of it, right? And I love that the pockets are in a perfect placement. I just think it's beautiful. I also chose to take from the back here and just come straight in the front. And it is a V-neck style, but again, when it just hangs there, and especially if you got your hands in the pockets, I just love the way that looks. I cannot get enough of it. I might have to make one in another color, but I really like using these colors, solid colors, I mean. I really like using solid colors like this that are so versatile that I can wear it with jeans like I am, or with leggings, or with, I mean, all kinds of things. I could even wear it over a skirt if I wanted to. But yeah, and I think that this one is going to be excellent for poking around the house, right, when it gets a little bit chillier, or, you know, in the evening if your spouse likes it super, super cold in your home, or if you go downstairs to watch a movie, etc., and it's just a few degrees colder down there than it is upstairs. Perfect opportunity to throw on your little Rose Cardi, right? Just love it. Now, that being said, this is a top-down style. So we are starting at the neck and we are working our way down. We pinch off for the armholes and then we continue adding body length, right? I'm gonna tell you a little story, because I made this cardigan. I put it in the washer. I finished it completely. I put it in the washer. I put it in the dryer because it softens up so much. I wanted to see, you know, just make sure that it drapes nicely. Just makes such a big difference after you wash and dry an item. So I did that, and I got it out of the dryer, and it was about this short. Just, I mean, it fit, and it was fine, but with the 3/4 sleeves, and then it was just hitting me about right here, it just looked like the whole thing was just too small. So I decided to rip out the edging, rip out the pockets, rip out everything, and add to the length of it. So it was sitting like about right here, and it just looked overall too small, right? So even I added another 10 rows, which is around 4 inches or so, and adding that to the length here made such an amazing difference. I cannot even, I mean, obviously I'm much happier with it now, right? Now, there is an optional variation of the edging, right? So on this one, because of all of the color changes, I didn't do the same edging on this one as I did this one. That's all explained in the pattern itself, but this one has a reverse single crochet. See this right here, called the crab stitch. I absolutely love this. It's such a simple edging, which is another reason I was going to call it the simple rose, and I was like, no, because rose is not simple. Anyway, the cardigan is simple is my point, but it's got this gorgeous reverse single crochet, which is also known as the crab stitch, which I do have a tutorial for that as well. I do have a tutorial for the herringbone double crochet as well. If you are just really opposed to the herringbone stitch itself, you could try to meet gauge with the regular double crochet and just continue on. The big difference with the herringbone is that each row is slanted, and that's why it's called the herringbone. So you've got one row goes this way, and then the row on top of it goes this way. And so every row, it flip-flops back and forth, and it has that herring pattern, right? Herringbone pattern. So, yeah, let's talk about yarn choices, because this one that I'm wearing here, I actually went to Hobby Lobby on, you know, every spring and every fall they do this huge yarn clearance, and I found this yarn there on clearance, and I think I paid $1.24 a skein or something like that. It was ridiculous. And I need to check the yardage on this one, but I only used maybe 3 skeins, maybe 4 when I added the length to it. But yeah, it was a remarkable deal, which is beside the point. But this is a size 3 acrylic yarn, and so what you could use instead, of course, you can use this yarn. This is the Yarn Bee Baby Bee Sweet Delight, which I have on my desk, but I'm not going to grab it for you because I don't want to leave you alone. But it's absolutely perfect for it. I did notice that my gauge is a tiny bit smaller than with the other yarn that I have to share with you here in just a moment. So that's something to think about. Definitely, if you are thinking of using a size 2 or a size 3 yarn, that's perfectly fine. This is a size 3, that's a size 2. Just make sure that you do check your gauge, and that's with any crochet pattern, mine or otherwise. Just make sure that you check your gauge before you get really cranking out on this pattern. That being said, you can. Part of the beauty of a top-down sweater, I know we've talked about this before, but part of the beauty of a top-down sweater is that if you're crocheting, you're like, do I need the small? Do I need the medium? Do I need the large? I don't know. You know, first off, there is a sizing chart in the pattern. Secondly, try it on, right? Since it's a top-down, if the small is too small, add a couple rows for the medium and try that on. And if the medium's too small, add the couple rows to get to the large and try that on. And then you can literally just keep going as long as you want. If you wanted this to be a really cute little crop top, which it would be really cute, I think, even especially if you did long sleeves with a short body, that would be super cute too. So you could just stop whenever you're ready. I love that about the top-down sweaters. So, I want to tell you about August. The August sweater. Remember when I told you about Denzel and how he had this idea for this top-down sweater with a lighter weight yarn? I am crack-a-lacking on that one. So I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but I am working up my very own for myself, because that doesn't have to be a men's sweater. Although I am building onto my men's repertoire, right, on the pattern library on the blog. But I am making a size small for myself, and I'm going to, I might go medium, I'm not sure. What I've noticed is that the men's sizing is about 2 inches larger than the women's sizing. So what would be a small in women's bust is really the men's is 2 inches larger than that for the size small. So definitely when you do that one, if you're making it for yourself, definitely check the bust measurement on that one. It does have some wiggle room in there because we do want to have that, we want it to be a little bit larger than your body size, which is called a positive ease, so that it's a little bit, it's not skin tight. Right? You don't want something that's absolutely skin tight to where you can't even breathe in it. To have a little bit of breathability and comfort. So anyway, I'm very excited about the August pattern. I'm excited that I've already worked up mine. I'm at the armholes. I've got 2 more rows until I do the armholes on that one. It is working up beautifully and I cannot wait. And I'm very proud of myself actually for getting August already crack-a-lackin'. It is already sent to my testers. I have a friend of mine that is making me the extra large size that my 15-year-old will wear when we model this, and then I'm making my size small so that I can take the pictures to include in the pattern for instructional purposes, and then I will be making another one that is for my younger son, because just because it's a men's sweater doesn't mean it has to be for men, right? Same thing with the swagger sweater. We can, whatever, whoever wants to wear it can wear it. We don't discriminate with our yarn, right? But I wanted to show that here's my boys and then here's me. So this is what it looks like on me. This is what it looks like on my boys. It can go either way. Definitely, I'm very excited about that one. So let's change into the rainbow version here. I'm gonna show you just how long this is. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the bottom of it, to be honest. So I'm going to pop off and change, and I will be right back. All right, here we are, guys. This one is the rainbow version, and I cannot tell you how dreamy this yarn feels, the weight of it, and look, I'm even wearing my little rainbow necklace that looks just perfect with it, right? I have to wear this one with it. It's one of my favorite necklaces. Anyway, we get sidetracked easily here. Let me show you how flipping gorgeous this thing is. There's another color way down at the bottom, okay? You cannot see how long this goes, but it goes down to my ankles, and I absolutely love the drape of this one. Now, I did not, as I said, this is a V-neck, right? Let me get situated here. As I said, this is a V-neck kind of, right, where it comes in. And I also want to make sure you know that it's not supposed to close in the center. Like, you could pull it closed if you wanted to, but it's not intended to fit that way. It's intended just to kind of hang open and to be comfy. So I thought about making pockets that were half yellow, half orange, and putting them right there and lining them up. But then I thought, you know, once I put this on after I finished it, I thought I don't want to put pockets on this one because it's so sleek and it feels so good. And I feel like this is more of like going out on the town. Look at all this beautiful color. Isn't that gorgeous? See if I do this. This is like going out on the town. I'm wearing my heels and I feel fancy, and we're gonna go eat and we're gonna go to a movie or something. And I don't know, I didn't want pockets on this one. I felt like it was too sleek. This one, the solid color one, I feel like the pockets almost make that one because it's easy to just slip them in and just to be all, you know, cozy and carry all the things you need to carry. But if I'm going to be going out on the town and I've got my cute little purse with me, then I'm fine with this. And I absolutely love it. So with this one, we do change colors. Let me hold this up here. I am changing colors every 20 rows. So 20 orange, 20 yellow, 20 green, and 20 blue. And then on the sleeves, we only do 8 of each because I wanted to incorporate all of the colors on the sleeves as well. I didn't feel like it should be just pink and then all purple and then like a little bit of orange. I didn't feel like that should line up the same way. Does that make sense? I mean, of course you can do it however you want. You can make the sleeves all purple or all pink or all whatever color it is that you're deciding to use on yours. So with the crab stitch or the reverse single crochet that I spoke about earlier, I did not do that with this colored version because of all of the color changes. As I'm going through, I did do the single crochet around the opening as listed in the pattern. There is an optional addition to that, which is shown on the gray version there. But with all of these yarn changes, I really didn't want to worry too much about weaving in all those ends. And then if I thought I needed to do another row, it was just a nightmare. So I just did one simple row to clean up the ends and called it good. And that's kind of another, you know, reason why we call it the simple rows, which I wanted to, right? Yeah, I sure did. Okay, last thing. I'm gonna take this off because it is long and it is hot. and it's beautiful. I mean, ooh, right? It's gorgeous. I love it. I hope you love it. This pattern will be published this weekend. So today is Friday, July 1st, and this is the July pattern. So it will be published this weekend. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow, which is July 2nd. I am just finishing up the PDF, making sure that my yardage is all correct and that the PDF is 100% ready to go. I don't want to do it on Sunday, July 3rd, because I feel like people are going to be barbecuing, especially here in the United States for 4th of July, for Independence Day. And I definitely don't want to do it on Monday because that is 4th of July and nobody's going to be available for my live video that I do on Facebook when I publish these patterns. So I think I'm going to do it tomorrow on July 2nd. When I do that, I'm going to have a coupon code. I will have that ready for you. I'll put it in the description down here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use yet. I think I'm going to use Rose, just all caps, Rose. If that, for some reason, I can't remember if I need 4 characters or 5 characters for my coupon code. But as for right now, I plan on using Rose, all caps. And if that's not long enough, I'm going to do Rose Cardi. So, all caps, no spaces. So I will let you know when I get that figured out. If you are on my email list, which you can sign up for in the description here, I'm going to be sending out all of the information for this pattern, as well as the links to Ravelry, to Etsy, and on the blog shop, and then also send out, the code and when it expires and all of that good stuff. So make sure that you are signed up for the email newsletter. Last thing I want to show you is this Tunisian double crochet scarf that I've been working on. That is just now finished, and it is absolutely stunning. This is using Galileo yarn from We Crochet, and I did something with this that I don't normally do. I started out with green, and then I did a little bit of yellow, gold, and then I went back to green for a little bit, and then I went to yellow for more, and then green for more, and then on the opposite end, we ended with the exact opposite of this side. So somewhere in the middle here is where the last color change is, and I absolutely love, let's do this, I absolutely love the way that we did this in an asymmetrical, like it is truly an asymmetrical design. And what I love so much, get y'all situated here, what I love so much about the way that I did this decreases to make the points is that it has this nice little curly thing, right? Like, isn't that cute? I love it. So yeah, we have the different colors changing back and forth. This pattern is ready to be published. I just need to finish up the pictures and everything else. So this is going to be published ASAP as well. This is using the new colors of Galileo that are out, Solaris and Orion, and I absolutely love them. So I'm calling this because all of these colorways of this Galileo yarn are astronomical, right? Or astrological. No, you got me, right? I wanted to make sure I incorporated like a star name. So it is the Tunisian Stardust scarf. It's very long. It's beautiful. It's warm, too warm for me right now in the beginning of July, but it's going to be lovely as you are working up or to wear this fall. So this is going to be a free pattern on hearthookhome.com. I'm probably going to publish this one on Sunday. I might wait until Tuesday, just need to figure out, everything else. So take a look at this, get it when it's ready, and make it. Share a picture with me, tag me on anything with Heart Hook Home, and I will see it, and it's gonna be amazing. And I will send you an email if you are on the list when this is ready and when that is ready, and it's gonna be great. And I can't wait to see yours. So I will see you all next time in 2 weeks on the Heart Hook Home YouTube channel for the video crochet podcast. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.